Afternoon everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. So we are on the 1st of October and it is absolutely crazy that well, the whole of the summer has gone by now, and like I say, we're into autumn, proper autumn now, and you can tell that by the fact that it's only 4:30 and the light levels are dropping already. So it's that time for a little bit of a catch up at the allotment, see what's happening, see what is planned. So let me turn the camera around. Right, we're going to work through bed by bed, just have a little chat and look what's going on. First off is this bed, strangely enough. Brussels sprouts. As you can see, the sprouts are developing quite nicely. You can also see that ones like that, or most of them, on the slight wonk, they have been caned, and the reason you do need to cane them is because basically the sprouts add so much more weight, it then makes the plant unstable, and it's at this time of year that we get the higher winds, which if you don't support them, they will blow over. Nothing too technical about that. Fennel, it looks nice, it's got some good height to it. Picked some last week with the intention of using it. We've used the foliage in some soup, but actually, whilst it looks big on top, there isn't very much root development at the moment, so it hasn't got that nice thick chunky base which you want to use for certainly, well, mixing in with your root vegetables or salads. Got the celery, which again, we've had a lot of celery. Well, let's say we've had a lot. We've had a little bit as a family. The guinea pigs have basically eaten all of it. Absolutely love it, and quite rightly so, because it is, well, very strong in flavour. Got a couple of cabbage there growing. They were sort of they were just a bit of a random planting that I did, and yeah, they're just Durham early, so they will be essentially more for the winter period. Got the last little bit of the land cress going on there, a few stragglers on the beetroot, last bit of the lettuce. Again, that's bolted, but it's really intended that the guinea pigs will be eating that. Moving on to this bed, last bits on the radishes, some more, no, not cabbage, these are cauliflowers. Started them quite late, well, very late, with intention of next year, but that one's got a head to it, strangely enough. That one, as you can see, and that one has pretty much done nothing. This little block here is just the curly leaved kale. Again, just growing that really for a winter crop, so they're looking nice plants. There'll be some good leaf to use in that. Have had all the spinach out of this lot now, so what you see there is actually weeds, so they want pulling out. Got blocks of spring onion in here with purple sprouting broccoli. Well, again, there's not a lot of them, there's only 2 runs. Well, it looks like there's only 4 plants, to be honest, out of 6. I don't know whether you can notice this, there's a lot of whitefly around here, so I'm not sure where that's living. Might well be in the carrot, which brings us on to that nice block of carrot and a very nice weed. Yeah, just need to get over here really, spend a bit of time, do some more weeding. Got this, which is a big block of chard, looking very nice indeed, so that would be again for winter use. had a block of kohlrabi through the middle there, which sort of benefits from that shade early on, because all of this lot here, this was planted July time, so early doors. The kohlrabi doesn't like the heat and the full sun, so between the perpetual spinach and the chard, it was quite happy. So anyway, they have been lifted and eaten. Perpetual spinach is really going crazy, and we've had a lot of that, and indeed the guinea pigs have had a lot of that. Brings me on to this bed here. So this is the chili peppers bed, and we've had loads and loads of these peppers, which are the banana peppers. The green peppers still has not ripened. Indeed, you can see the support has fallen over. There's a bit of colouring up there going on. Finally, a few of these mushroom reds starting to colour. There's some of the what are they called? Bull's bloods. The bull blood mix, they're starting to get their colour, so they're meant to be a golden one. There are some red amongst here also. But what I have had to do this week is I've taken the secateurs to these Carolina Reapers, just to try and get some light into the middle of these plants. As you can see, there's absolutely stacks of fruit developing, but it's just not ripening. September has been particularly, well, it has been cooler and wetter than a normal UK September, and so they just really have struggled to ripen. But I'm hoping now we're into October, we might get a few extended days of lovely weather, a bit like today really. So we'll move on. This was the bed where I had the potatoes in, and I did a sort of a last sowing, I should say, not a last harvest. Let's just pull this up. So under here we've got some dwarf beans, which you can see have flowered and are developing fruit, which is quite nice, or pods. So they are going to be a very late crop of dwarf beans. And then I also did some sugar snap and some Kelvin pea as well, which you can see the pods developing there. And again, really that was with the intention of getting a crop, never mind a late crop, but getting a crop of peas, because I just haven't had any peas this year. But really it was just trying to make the most of this bed, you know, be the most productive I can be. Saying that, this back bed, you know, the dahlias have got absolutely annihilated with the wind and rain the last couple of days. Look at that, centre's just blown on it. But Sherwell peach, that is, it's looking nice. There is I hadn't noticed it till the other day actually, because it's been so slow to actually flower over here compared to at home. But got a hyperminto flowering there, so I think I probably planted it with the intention of just trying to bulk up my numbers a bit. Edinburgh, well, you can see they're all starting to go over, but Edinburgh's still got a bit on it. Bantling has pretty much finished now. I know it's got plenty of buds showing, but I can't see it doing a lot now. This is Westerton Harry. Again, it's been such a good performer through the summer, now just starting to run out of go. Strangely enough, I mean, yeah, that's gone over, but strangely enough, these Boom Boom Red looking better now than they were in the proper summertime. I mean, the slightly cooler weather has definitely helped them get going. Mary's Jamander looking nice, although as you can see the flowers are much smaller than they were. Dave's Choice looking nice. Again, where the plants are running out of go, I honestly haven't fed this bed at all. So now we're getting to the end of season, you can see that the plants and the flowers are running out of go, and the flower, whilst it's still got the form, it's lacking size. Let's have a show you on these. Yeah, oh, so it's Wyndham Diane, and honestly it's probably about the best they've looked. And oh, and these are Babetta, which honestly they've never looked particularly good this year. The plants seem to have been, well, the cuttings seemed weak early on, and the planters, or all the plants, even the one at home, have struggled ever since. I'm not too worried about cleaning them up now. So this weekend is the RHS Autumn Vegetable Show, and so I had done a video the other day, which is basically doing a bit of harvesting on the squash, which kind of shows this bed. So part of it was where I cleared most of this lot of the Yukikuris, and then following on from that, I've put all the butternut squash as far as possible up onto some sort of well, something just to get them off the ground, because knew that the weather was turning, and you can see that they're now starting to go and ripen from that kind of the greenish colour to the proper butternut browny orange colour. So they're all looking very nice. Still need to come up with a plan for these, but there's plenty of flower amongst these chrysanthemums, albeit they're not very good. So these are all Alois varieties, so proper show varieties, but quite frankly, well, I probably could have won something at the autumn show, but quite frankly they're not good enough, and lesson learned on that. Runner beans, still plenty of runner beans to pick, albeit last kind of blocks now. So these are the White Lady, and on this side is the Guinness Record, so they're looking nice. We'll come back to this little bed. Oh, actually no, we won't. So my plan is that I'm going to, well, I'll leave that do its thing. That side just starting to do prep work on, and that is going to be some of the planting which will accommodate shallots and some garlic. I think it won't be long before that popcorn corn is done and dusted, so that will also be for more garlic. And basically these blocks here of compost, they've come over from the house. They all had, well, they were all tomatoes, so that's just going to be broken up, and that's sort of a good 600 litres. Is it 600 litres? No, 2,000 litres worth of compost that is going into the beds. And likewise in here, this is just going to have a little top dressing, and this is going to be one of the beds that will be for the onions, and kind of the final bed really. So just have a slight tidy. Cabbage still doing their thing. Leeks are growing, but just very small. I think, in all honesty, I'll probably end up leaving those in, and probably just leave them to grow for next year, quite frankly. Depends what they do. Then all of these are the parsnips, which are now definitely starting to put some size on. I had noticed some earlier. Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, so they're starting to get some size to them, which is good. The Cavolo Nero, that's probably about it. So I reckon this week we'll probably do a last pick on the Cavolo Nero and well, chop it and freeze it, and that'd be job done on that side of things. You can see you can see all of that, so that means that the pumpkins are all gone as well, and I'll show you where they are in a moment. And whilst the compost bin there is filling up nicely, that one there, you can see that those plants that are in there, they're the potato plants that will hopefully grow for Christmas. And strangely enough, those there are sweet peas that are sprouting up everywhere. Indeed, more down there already. Now we'll just come into the shed, and I thought I'd just show you those. So up here, so ready to go in well, once I finish the bed up, going to replant these, which are the elephant garlic. And so what I'll do is I'll put some in complete and some I will split up. These are the shallots that are lifted this year, and quite frankly they're pretty poor. They haven't made size, they have bulked up, so all I will do is divide these up and plant the individual bulbs, and they will be good for next year. Got these Yukikuri Squash, so these are curing over here. There are 4 that are going to be, well, they've gone over to the house for use, and then a couple at the RHS show. Pumpkins, so again there's a couple already gone over to the garage. These ones just been kept here to cure for a little bit, and if you've watched the last video then you'll know why I leave the T-pieces on, or why you leave it on, because this is the bit that is gradually dying back, and you want this bit to die back, allowing that to harden, rather than that dying back in the absence of that and then ruining the pumpkin. So yeah, the big boys are over here still. So basically, as I say, you know, there's a little bit of tidying up to do, well, a lot of tidying up to do. The dahlias, I'm just going to let them carry on doing their thing. Some people cut them back, some people try and lift them. There's no point in doing either. You might just as well leave them to carry on doing their thing, and that way they continue to photosynthesize through the leaf, which will encourage the tubers to bulk up in size, get some good size, and that is how you'll get plenty of well, you'll have plenty of tuber with viable eyes on, or some good amount of eyes for propagating from in winter spring of next year. So plan is, yeah, keep those in there, sort this bed out in the middle here for block of onion. Probably that will become some onion, possibly, not sure. This bit needs sorting out, which would be, yeah, garlic, or maybe the shallots in there and garlic within there. I've got 400 onions to plant this year, so that will take up 2 beds, however I look at it. And then garlic, I'm going to do a good block of garlic, but probably cutting back on some of the varieties, as well, some of the ones we've grown this year just haven't made a good size, so we shall see. But that's how it's looking on the 1st of October. So that was a good old chat, wasn't it? Nice walk around for 1st of October, see what's happening. If you do want to know what I'm up to, or if you've got any questions, then please send them over to me. It's always good to have well, some different people commenting and inquiring as to what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. If you like what I'm doing, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos that I'm doing. And above all else, enjoy being outside, enjoy doing your gardening, and enjoy this weather whilst it still lasts. Till next time, bye for now.